Hi everyone, it's Peter here from Eurovisual with So So Gay, and I'm here speaking to someone who we did speak to a couple of weeks ago, but when the offer came to come to her hotel and speak to her, we thought it was our responsibility to check that the BBC hadn't stuck her in some grotty bed and breakfast somewhere. I'm here with Molly from the UK. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How have you been? How's the whole Copenhagen experience been so far?
It's been mad, but really good. Like really good. Busy, just constant stuff happening, but no, loads
Molly,
and
when we
loads of
spoke
fun.
a few weeks ago, you said that the part that you were looking forward to the most was the performance itself, and that it was the run up that was the scary part. So now that we're in the run up, are you feeling scared?
No, not really. Not scared. It's actually not as bad as I thought. It's just fun. Like everyone's been amazing, and it's pretty hectic, but in a really good way. I was scared before I got out of the car for the red carpet opening ceremony because it's my first red carpet event, and I was a bit like, oh, so weird. But it was brilliant. It was fine. Everyone was really nice, and in fact, it was better than fine. It was really fun. So yeah, but I'm still the most excited about doing the show. In fact, I'm more excited now that we've done the rehearsals and stuff and seen the stage, and it's amazing.
I was actually going to ask you about the whole sort of the opening ceremony and that sort of thing. Now, obviously, you're so passionate about your singing and your songwriting and performing, and you're getting to do that a lot in front of a lot of people. But how are you finding the whole glitz and glamour and media and press and that side of it?
It's fine. I mean, it's actually quite fun because most people are quite nice, and I mean, it takes a bit of getting used to, like having to talk about yourself a lot. It seems quite like self-indulgent because people obviously asking you questions, and I kind of get a bit bored about talking about myself. But no, it's fine. I feel like it's all part and parcel of it, and it's been loads of fun. I do miss having time to do my songwriting and things, which is what I'm passionate about. So this is kind of a bit of a distraction, but it's part of the whole thing, and it's very important that obviously you embrace it and enjoy it because you know who knows how long it'll last and how long people will actually be interested in what I have to say. So yeah, it's fine.
Brilliant. And the rehearsal yesterday, we all we were all watching in the press center. It was so funny when when the firework curtain started coming down and everyone started erupting. It was brilliant. But how did you feel about it? How did you feel to have your feet on the stage finally?
It was brilliant and so daunting, like at first, and I didn't know anyone could see that rehearsal. So like, when everyone was like, "Saw your rehearsal," I was like, "What?" um, but yeah, no, it was amazing, and you've got it's the guys over here in Copenhagen have been amazing at organising this whole thing, and it's running like clockwork. So the whole that you're like it's like a conveyor belt. Obviously, there's so many acts for them to get through, and they give you this window of opportunity to rehearse and on the stage. And when I first walked into that arena and saw the stage, and it was like, I mean, it was all of us were just stunned, like mouths open, like, wow, this is incredible. And um, seeing it back, I mean, I know it looked good. Obviously, it's all going on behind me, really, but it felt good. I feel like, I mean, obviously, at first we were mainly concerned just getting all our levels right, and it's all of that kind of stuff that's what rehearsals for. So that was the priority. I still don't feel like I've given the performance I'm gonna give, but I feel like we're in a good place. So everyone's done their job well now. It's going to be all on me.
So other than the whole rehearsing and obviously there'll be a lot of press. What are your plans for this week in the run up in Copenhagen? Is there anything you'd like to see, or are we going to see you performing anywhere else?
Yeah, I'm performing at the British Embassy party on Wednesday. Are you coming?
I don't know. Head of press.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm sure you'll be invited. We're going to be performing there. Something a bit different, a bit of a treat. I'm not going to say anything else. But yeah, that's it. I mean, the hardest thing, obviously, I'm just trying to rest my voice. Like that sounds so diva-ish, and it's the hardest thing about being a singer. It isn't rock and roll at all because, um, you know, you've got to keep this in shape. And I've got these two big shows coming up Friday, Saturday, and that's got to stay in check. So I can't be going out and partying and socialising and talking too much. So it's a little bit boring like that. But no, I'm just gonna try and see as much of this place. And Christiana, I'd quite like to take a little moochie in there. That sounds interesting. Have you heard of it?
I've passed it, but I've not actually been. But it looks
Okay.
good.
I've not been in yet, but I feel like I need to come here and do that. At least like venture in, peek my head in and see what it's all about. And then I'd quite like to go on the water, maybe a little boat ride somewhere, because it's, quite famous for that here, isn't it? And that's about it, really.
I have to say we're sick of boats at the moment because
Oh,
that's the only way you can get to the venue.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. All right. Maybe I shouldn't say that then.
So obviously tomorrow you've got your next rehearsal, and there's your press conference tomorrow, and there's something else that a lot of UK fans are quite nervous about tomorrow. Will you be pissed off if you're fifth in the running order?
Why fifth?
Well, early on, is that something you've thought about?
Well, yeah, it's something I've thought about. I guess there's not a lot I can do about it. So I'm trying not to worry about things that I can't control. It's that kind of like, yeah, okay, we could sit here worrying, going, oh God, but actually, what good's it going to do? Is the running order is going to be the running order, and hopefully it's a good one. I'm more worried about it being a good show. I think that if it's a good show, and I think that's what the delegation in Copenhagen are going to try and do, is put together a show so that for the people at home that are watching and the people in the audience, they are entertained throughout, and it's got dynamics. And as long as there's that, then hopefully we're in a good place. So no, I'm trying not to worry too much.
Fantastic. Well, that's good to know.
Why tomorrow? Do we find out tomorrow then?
Tomorrow you find out whether you're in the first half or the second half, and then the producers go away and they sort of they pick the order. There's a lot of stat geeks in the press who sort of digest all that stuff, but the artists don't tend to.
Apparently, you don't want to get two. Everyone's
two is cursed. No one's ever won from second.
I heard this before from.
But there's a first time for everything.
Exactly. Curses can be broken.
So, what are your plans for Sunday, when it's all over, and next week, and in the immediate aftermath?
Not doing very much. I'm gonna have had a few drinks on Saturday night. All my friends and family are here. I'm gonna see them. I'm gonna let my hair down. I've got Sunday in Copenhagen to just be me with my friends, with my family, enjoy some time with them, and then fly back Monday.
And then further ahead again, how's the album coming on? Is it finished and we're just waiting for a date, or is it an ongoing process still?
Well, it's pretty much finished. It's more a matter of kind of which songs are on it, which ones aren't. Do we want to put some of the new ones in? There's so much material. It's kind of consolidating it and choosing. But yeah, there's a second single lined up, so that's going to be starting. We're going to be launching that pretty soon after Eurovision, and a third single and a fourth single. So it's really exciting. Can't wait.
So exciting. And I'd just like to ask you something else about music, actually, that we didn't actually touch on last time. Obviously, you had sort of a bit of success before with Raindrops and some other stuff with Stunt. I was just wondering, how does the writing process for you sort of compare between that and the stuff you're doing as Molly, and what have you sort of brought from that past stuff into what you're doing now?
Yeah, that's a really good question, actually. I've brought a lot with me, because doing that dance stuff influenced me massively. Obviously, it was a big part of my life, and actually I kind of stumbled into doing dance music. It wasn't anything I'd planned, but it had this really big sort of impact in my life, and I was influenced so much by that, and I've worked with people from that arena since and stuff. It was very different. I was top lining essentially, so I was given a track, and I'd never worked like that before. Given sort of a track, and it was like, write a top line on it, and it was very much more a kind of I don't know, more, what's the right word? I'm trying to say this in a nice way, more considered, in the sense that everything there was more of a plan. It needed to sound a certain way, and I had to, with regards to my like artistic side, I had to compromise a little bit, whereas now all my stuff I don't really have to compromise at all. It's great. I feel very much like it's very much what I want it to be, and I've not had to compromise in any way my artistic integrity. So yeah, that feels good, because if people don't like it, it's like, fine. And hopefully they do though.
And we're gonna just ask you one more thing, and we know you're not being a diva when you say you want to save your voice, but is there any chance we could get a little bit of something? We're not going to ask for Children of the Universe, because we all know that. Can you give us a little exclusive snippet of something that might be on the album, perhaps?
Ooh, that's a good one. Have you heard any that you like?
I wasn't at the showcase. I heard you said there was a song title you said a couple of weeks ago that we were very intrigued about. Lock Up Your Daughters.
Ah,
Is there anything you could perhaps give us from that?
yeah. Okay. Mama, I'm in trouble. I know. Daddy, please don't shout. That's what you're getting.
Oh, so intrigued. But so that's thank you very much, Molly, and we wish you all the best for Saturday, well, Friday and Saturday, and just the whole
Thank
week.
you so much. It's been really nice to see you.
Thank you very much. Bye.